I haven't got some weird man crush on this guy. Like, this guy has actually done it, and not only once, but twice. Hi guys, and welcome back to another business vlog. Tips, thoughts, musings, advice, tangible stuff that you can use in your business today. Today I wanted to pick up on a book that I've just been reading recently. I've not done a book review. They're not really reviews, but you know, kind of signposting you to books that I think are worth reading for business. And that's the AskGaryVee book. Ask, A-S-K, Gary, G-A-R-Y, V, V-E-E, usually with hashtag at the beginning of it. So the AskGaryVee book is written by the guy that I mention a lot, Gary Vaynerchuk, and I do that for a reason, guys. Like, I haven't got some weird man crush on this guy. Like, this guy has actually done it, and not only once, but twice. He has built two businesses, or taken two businesses from $3 million to 60 million, and at the moment employs over 600 staff. You don't do that without knowing your stuff. And what I like about him is that he is a practitioner as well as a kind of the runner of a very successful business. He is doing the stuff that he is teaching people on a daily basis, and he's probably the best at it in his business as well, which is incredible. I mean, he is literally a machine, this guy. So anyway, Gary's on his like fourth or fifth book now. I read Crush It, which I think was his first book, back in 2007 or 2008. It was kind of around the social media boom. Really, really inspirational book, that. If you like entrepreneurship, you have to read Crush It, but I'm not actually talking about Crush It, I'm talking about AskGaryVee. So, read that back then, and that's the dog. And then AskGaryVee came out recently off the back of a video show on YouTube. So the premise of AskGaryVee is very simple. People can ask him questions about business on YouTube, on Twitter, on whatever, Facebook, wherever, and then he will take certain questions in that show that particularly that he likes, and hundreds, probably thousands of people are going for that. I too have been in it, yeah, and then he'll answer those questions, and he'll do it in a really like raw, laid back, raw, real way. Good quality advice. Every single answer is brilliant. And so he's been doing this on YouTube for quite a long time, and then he created the book off the back of that. And a lot of people were thinking, well, it's just going to be a rerun of those questions on YouTube, but actually he's done it really, really well. And I think for me, one of the polarising factors about Gary is that he is quite outspoken, he's quite brash, he's quite rude sometimes, he swears a lot, and that turns a lot of people off. Doesn't bother me, but it turns a lot of people off. So this book obviously hasn't been able to do that, and actually I think it's quite nice. It's really quite nice. You see this kind of, I was quite surprised, his tone's quite mellow in it, doesn't speak too fast, he's had to kind of tame himself down. So I think if you're worried about reading this because you don't like the public persona, don't worry about that, because you'll see a man that's in a different light in the book. So give it a chance, because it's genius. Like, he gets other people to ask the questions in the book as well. So he leads with Seth Godin. Seth Godin is one of the best American marketeers, probably the best American marketeer, marketeer in the world maybe, and he leads with Seth. He has managed to get Seth Godin to ask the first 10 questions. I mean, that shows the respect within his sphere that other people like Seth Godin have. And it goes on, and there's multiple people throughout the book, and he deals with everything from garage sales, making a few bucks here and there, to running a 600-person business. So the depth and the breadth of these kind of questions being answered is incredible, and it will be everything from HR to, you know, HR to finance to sales to everything. So I really, really recommend that you read this book or get it down on audio. That's what I've done. So I don't actually have a book to show you, but I do suggest strongly that you look at the audiobook. That's it until my next book review. Until then, guys, I'll see you next time.